You're listening to The Business of Flight, a podcast on behalf of San Diego International Airport and the San Diego County Regional Airport Authority. At San Diego International Airport, we focus on getting passengers from point A to point B quickly and efficiently, which means we're constantly striving to improve the airport. How does that happen, and what does that look like? Join our team as we offer you a window seat view of the action and take a closer look at everything from the business of building a better airport to our commitment to working with small, local, and underrepresented companies within our community. The Business of Flight pulls back the curtain and shows you not just what we do, but how we do it, and most importantly, why.
Hi, my name is Regina Brown, and I am the Manager of Small Business Development here at the San Diego International Airport. And I am here today with Kim Becker, who is our President and CEO of the San Diego County Regional Airport Authority. Thank you, Kim, for joining us today. Today, we're taking a high-level look at San Diego International Airport and its regional impact, recent and future development plans, as well as how the airport is putting itself on the map by adding new, non-stop flights to cities around the globe, and our place both in the national transportation system and as a leader in the local economy. Kim, thank you again for being with us, and can you start out by giving us a high-level view of the airport as it stands today?
Thank you, Regina. I'm so happy to be here. And I'm happy to talk a little bit about the airport. This year, we are celebrating the airport's 90th anniversary. San has grown from that small, muddy airfield in the 1920s to the busiest single runway commercial airport in the nation today. And its impact on the regional economy has multiplied exponentially. In 2017, we served roughly 22 million passengers. That's about 60,000 people coming in and out of our terminals each and every day. 203,000 flights arrived or departed in 2017. Again, that's 550 flights per day. It's an amazing number. Now, to operate the airport in a safe and sustainable manner, we have about 400 employees working directly for the airport authority. And at the airport overall, which is a much larger enterprise, we have about 9,000 employees that work for the airport authority, the airlines, concessionaires, other tenants, vendors, and certainly the federal government partners, CBP and TSA.
Wow, that's a lot. Well, with all that activity, can you talk about the economic value the airport brings to the region?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people are familiar with these numbers, but here's a snapshot of our economic contribution. Overall, we contribute to the region about $10 billion per year, and that's a slightly older number. We're in the process of updating our economic impact report right now as we speak. Overall, visitors who travel to San Diego spend about $2.3 billion in the region every single year. International flights are a huge part of this economic equation. They provide San Diego with access to global markets. That means our businesses can fly to other parts of the globe and do business there, and it certainly means that people from over there will come to San Diego and establish businesses here. We're really that global connectivity. International flights collectively generate about $432 million annually for this region. And international visitors, on average, stay 30% longer and spend 43% more than domestic visitors.
Wow, so I guess that makes sense. I understand because, like when we travel abroad, we're on vacation, we tend to spend a little bit more than we do. So that makes sense. I guess it's just the reverse. So that's pretty interesting. So talk to me a little bit. I understand that the airport has been adding some new nonstop flights, which I'm very excited about, including some international flights. Can you tell me about them?
It is very exciting. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. One of our top priorities is certainly constantly analyzing the air service markets and making sure the airport is serving the needs of our community. We really want to fly and bring in airlines to places our community would like to fly to and they need to do business with. And today, San Diego International Airport offers nonstop service to 62 destinations in the U.S. and 9 international destinations. Those numbers have roughly doubled in just the last 14 years. If you think about it, in 2004, there were 38 domestic and 3 international destinations. So the numbers are staggering. On the international front, last June, we launched new seasonal service between San Diego and Zurich, Switzerland on Edelweiss Air. And in March of this year, we launched year-round 5-day-a-week service to Frankfurt, Germany on Lufthansa. And that Lufthansa flight is really special for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's a morning departure and arrival at Frankfurt, and all of our other European flights leave and arrive in the afternoon. So this gives one more option. And it will connect San Diego travelers to 87 destinations beyond Frankfurt. So it's not only a great first stop, you have the ability to connect throughout literally the world. Nearly half of those destinations can't be reached from our existing service to London Heathrow. So this flight will also maintain service to the European Union post-Brexit, which is really good news. Other notable flights that we have include nonstops to Puerto Vallarta and Newark on Southwest Airlines. And more exciting news from Southwest, it has plans to start direct service from San Diego to 4 of the Hawaiian Islands this year. Those routes are pending final FAA approval, and they'll go to Oahu, Maui, Kauai, and the island of Hawaii. So that's very, very exciting. Start getting your bags packed and heading off to Hawaii. Other new flights include Oklahoma City and Tulsa on Frontier, and Maui on Hawaiian Airlines is starting on May 1st. And Alaska Airlines has new routes including Dallas Love Field, Seattle Everett Payne Field, Kansas City, and St. Louis.
Well, this is really good to know considering the summer travel season is approaching us, and I will have my bags packed because Hawaii is a place that I like to go. So next, I want to dive into something that is an area that's very near and dear to my heart, our small business development. I want to get your take on this. I'd like to shift gears here, and let's talk about what is the board's philosophy on small business development.
This is an incredible program at the airport, and it's really, truly meaningful. The policy put forth by our board has been the creation of a small business development program. The Airport Authority is really committed to providing business opportunities to local and small businesses, including women and minority-owned and disabled veteran businesses on an ongoing basis. We really believe that there's an opportunity for everybody here at the airport. Ever since the Airport Authority began operating the airport in 2003, the goal has really been to create a level playing field that attracts businesses of all sizes, and that provides opportunities for workers of all genders and ethnicities. We really work closely with our contractors to split projects into smaller packages, and that gives small businesses more of an opportunity to bid on those projects when they're in the smaller packages. We also hold small business outreach events on an ongoing basis to help local companies get involved in projects at the airport. We really are out there connecting with these small businesses. We're not just talking about it. We are out there meeting these people, bringing them into the airport, and making sure they understand how to work with the airport. Our team also helps small businesses obtain DBE certifications and educates them on navigating the bureaucracy inherent in big public projects. The airport is not an easy environment to work in. It's complicated. We have security rules. We have, different parking situations, and it can be overwhelming and daunting for these small businesses. So helping them navigate that process really makes a difference to them as they're trying to do work here. And as a result, small and local businesses have been instrumental in the success of our airport. Let me give you a few examples. The Airport Authority awarded $415 million in Terminal 2 expansion contracts to local businesses and $118 million to small businesses. That's a huge number. Listeners can learn more about the Small Business Development Program and read about its accomplishments at san.org/smallbusiness.
Well, thank you so much, Kim. That really makes me happy to hear that the board shares the same philosophy that we have here in small business. Our small businesses look at us as an instrument. We help them navigate these waters, like you said. And when we have the support of you and our board members, it makes our job easier, and it for the small business, they look at it like, they're not just a number, we care.
You're right. We do care. We are a big part of this community, and we need to bring our small businesses and our partners in the community and help promote their businesses as well.
That's right. Well, again, I really thank you for that, and we're going to continue looking at other ways to really bring like this podcast, for example. Later on we'll have different training sessions and workshops here where people can learn about the procurement process, learn about what's coming up with the cargo with SUNT and opportunities with them. We'll have people on from SUNT talking to our listeners about that. So we really appreciate all of your support from them.
I'm really proud of the program, and the success really is shown in the numbers.
Great.
It's the results are real.
So let's move on. Now, I know that small businesses are playing a big role in helping to build the International Arrivals Facility. Can you tell us a little bit more about that project?
Absolutely. For all of the travelers that come through the airport is literally at the front door to San Diego, and it helps really form their first impression of the San Diego region. And as we know, first impressions are crucial. With the number of international flights growing all the time, we launched a project last year to build a larger and more efficient international arrivals facility. It's also called the FIS, Federal Inspection Station, and that's at the west end of Terminal 2. This will include all the latest biometrics and other technologies, including global entry kiosks, automated passport control kiosks, mobile passport control, and those all go to help make processing time quicker and more efficient. And I'm very proud to say that this project will be opening at the end of June.
That is awesome. I've been excited to see all of our small businesses work on that project as well, and they're doing a great job.
They've been instrumental in the success of that project as well.
Well, the next thing I'd like to talk with you about is the latest that's going on with our parking plaza at Terminal 2. I'm excited about that.
This was our other big construction project. It's a much-needed 2,900 space parking plaza in front of Terminal 2 that opened earlier this month. It gives a net increase of 1,700 spaces of critical close-in parking. It gives our parkers options. It features integrated, state-of-the-art, smart parking technology, and it also advances the Airport Authority's sustainability goals. One feature I'm particularly excited about is the below-ground rainwater storage system with a capacity of 100,000 gallons. Rainwater that's captured by this system will not go into the bay like most stormwater. Instead, it will be used in the adjacent central utility plant to help manage air temperatures in the terminals. And currently, the airport uses potable water for this purpose. So we're doing a couple of things on the sustainability front, collecting the water, making sure that we are not using as much water as well.
Well, that's great. So next, I wanted to save the big question for last. I'm sure that this is on everybody's mind. What are your plans, if you have any? And I think you do. But what are your plans for the Terminal 1? Are we going to see improvements with our Southwest terminal?
So the future of the airport, that's what I think about every single day. And planning is well underway for a wide-ranging project that's centered around the replacement of our 50-year-old Terminal 1. 50 years old. 50? 50, 50, yes. We envision an attractive and modern and more efficient terminal, which will include more gate seating, restaurants and shops, and additional security checkpoints with more lanes. The new Terminal 1 will go from 19 gates to as many as 30 gates. It's going to be an amazing project. There's also plans for roadway improvements to make it quicker and easier to drive here, including a brand new dedicated roadway that will start roughly at Laurel Street, adjacent to the airport, and allowing most airport-bound traffic to bypass Harbor Drive, taking a lot of that local traffic, or the airport traffic, off of the local roadway, which is an absolute benefit for us as well. These planned roadway improvements are actually the latest in a series of changes we've made to streamline access to the airport. So these improvements included removing all rental car traffic from North Harbor Drive and significantly reducing rental car shuttles. We also built a new on-airport roadway to accommodate the shuttles carrying rental car and parking customers. And after the rental car center opened back in 2016, a traffic study confirmed that total traffic on eastbound North Harbor Drive decreased by up to 15%, and the total westbound traffic decreased by up to 7.7%. So that's a significant decrease on traffic on North Harbor Drive. We also added a fourth westbound lane to North Harbor Drive to create more capacity for vehicles accessing the airport. And we're doing this because at the end of the day, we have just 661 acres of airport property to work with. And our location next to the bay, adjacent to residential neighborhoods, means that we have to be more sustainable and environmentally sensitive in everything that we do. So all new facilities are being designed to meet LEED Silver certification standards. And this plan avoids disturbing the California least tern nesting habitat, which is on the southeast side of the airport. And that respects a federal and state protected endangered species. Throughout this entire process, we will continue to participate in the Airport Carbon Accreditation Program, which is a nationwide program in which the airport successfully reduced greenhouse gas emissions. And as of this year, approximately 80% of the electricity used at SAN comes from renewable sources, thanks to investments in the on-site photovoltaic systems and voluntary green electricity purchases. We've done an incredible amount towards the sustainability program, and we're not done. We continue with all future projects to work towards sustainability on behalf of this airport.
Wow, that's great to hear. I learned something today. I thought I knew a lot of this, but you've schooled me, so thank you. These are the kind of things that I like to go and I like to talk with other airport leaders about what we're doing, or in the small business community in the airports. Kind of talk about what we're doing. And a lot of airports, you fly into San Diego and it just looks so clean.
It does.
It does. It looks so clean. I remember, long before I even thought about moving to San Diego, I would do business out here, and I'd fly in, and it almost just felt like I'm on vacation. And so upgrading the Terminal 1 because there's a lot of travelers that, go through that terminal, a lot of small people, children, and, upgrading that to make it as nice as, or better, than Terminal 2, it's just going to bring so much more to the city of San Diego, economically, and just to come here. I know people who just come and just walk through and look at our artwork.
Our terminal really has to reflect the community that we live in.
Exactly, yes.
And certainly we bring all aspects of that. We try to bring, part of it is bringing the outdoor beauty of San Diego indoors,
yes,
and as part of our facility.
Yes.
You're right, the art program, small business program, these are all things that we do so that we can be a good neighbor. As being a downtown airport has its benefits because we're close, we're convenient, but there's also some impacts there.
Yes,
and we
is.
take those impacts very seriously, and we work every single day to try to help mitigate those impacts.
Well, I, for one, am really excited. I am very happy to be part of this family. I've been with the Airport Authority for almost 3 years now, and it's like no other place I've ever worked. So I'm here. I love it here. And so I'm just happy. This is great. And I can't wait to see the growth. I can't wait to see what the future brings for this Airport Authority, and I'm excited to be a part of it. So with that being said, that's about all the time we have for today. But I really want to thank you. I know you're extremely busy, for giving us a little bit of your time and to talk to our listeners.
Thank you so much for having me. It was absolutely my pleasure.
Thank you. Stay tuned for more podcast topics such as sustainability business practices, an inside look at SAN's ongoing legacy of innovation, and the regional economic impact as we add new destinations to our nonstop repertoire. Thank you and have a good evening.
You've been listening to The Business of Flight, a podcast on behalf of San Diego International Airport and the San Diego County Regional Airport Authority, where we take a closer look at the airport's role in the regional economy and how elevating the airport experience in turn takes our community to new heights. Until next time, safe travels, friends.